And I'm live. Now we just have to wait for the people. Let's see. Oh, you are here. Great. Let's see. So, customer wants me to make her a little wider. Still. Let's get to that. Just give it a little bit more here. Not so much. All right. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually finish this drawing today, but it should be really close. Like I have been doing most of these speed paints that I've done a lot, like 4 to 5 hours usually, so it should be doable. But considering I took a lot of time at the start to just like figure out the character and stuff, I might not, but I'm considering just, you know, every time I get to go draw and things like this, I just put up on stream. Like there's almost no reason to not to. And if it can be helpful or entertaining, that's awesome. I am talking with a friend as well who kind of likes my content, and he yeah, it should be fun, right? A friend of mine just kind of likes my content, and he's willing to help me edit some stuff. So after I'm done with this, he'll probably make a time-lapse video. So the stream VODs itself, they will be unlisted, I think, and I will be posting some sort of compilation style videos. So like time-lapse of it, and then probably some links on the description to the stream itself if you want to watch like the 7, 8 or whatever many hours that went. So I think that could be interesting. Like I'm feeling this is gonna be nice. Now I just need to get the motivation to just like stream every time, not just be lazy and not to. It's great to see you enjoying the stream though. It's always nice. What do you mean listen? Hello, Andrew. Why would he do that, right? Hold on, that is a telephone, and I probably need to go pick it up. He is the friend, by the way. Let me just mute here for a sec. Nice, 6 people already. That's good. So let's get back to this. Should probably start timer. So just need to make the character wider overall. And this I gotta do. Give her some shoulders and stuff. Make I sort of gave her a little bit of too much. Morning, 7 p.m. for me. No, it's always morning for him. Don't worry. Oh yeah, I mean that could be nice if you think it could be useful. Let's go. Okay. So this part here is a little too human, I feel. It's like you don't need a collarbone, so I'm just gonna simplify that into sort of this shape here, as like the inside of it is the neck area. So anyway, so I'm just trying to make this character have a wider build overall because I thought, like the customer thought it was a little too skinny too. He wanted it a little larger. Okay. So how's that? I think. Let's see. I wonder if it should be wider. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm planning. It's a little strange. I'm thinking of something different over the back, but you can't really see it. I just thought it would be interesting to have like sort of a ball in the middle. It doesn't exactly have to be realistic, it just has to be cool, I think. See what he replies. Might have to change this though. Like if we go any wider, it's just gonna look strange with the ball joint. So I'm gonna have to like close it over the sides or something. I'm not sure yet. formulating opinions. I don't know about that actually. My last picture was really hard to do. Let me open it here. Recent chrono. So this is very laggy. It's a big picture. It's just that like there's been a 2 years gap since my last video and now, so I'm a little bit better, I think. This is the latest picture I've done. There's like a million freaking layers here. I really like how this one came out. Yep. So, anyways, let's get going with this. I think I'm just gonna do like that impression of ground, but not really anything there, just like sort of simplified, because she's sort of a robot. It would be interesting to have this sort of counting, I think 7. Hold on. But that's okay. Like this is how she was at the start. She was just like this little doll, and now she thick. But he said it's fine now though. It's gonna be fun, I think. I like how this one's coming along. So the first thing I'm gonna do here is just make this a bit more blue. I like when the gray has a tiny bit of blue. Yeah, I thought of having her sort of just the super unrealistic proportions with this sort of middle that just bends really far because of the ball. But somewhere along the way she became a Gundam, and I think that's fine. we're okay with this. So right now I'm just gonna do a final line layer, which shouldn't take too long. My mouse works. What is this? Let's get out of here. Ain't nothing wrong with thick beans. Yep, even if they are artificial. See, I'm more of a stick person. If I am to be honest. So here I'm just trying to define the lines very carefully, so because this is gonna be sort of the final line work. I don't do very precise artwork because I paint a lot. So, but I do try to keep it clean, and I think that's important. It's like the line doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to define whatever I'm trying to show clearly. And because if it doesn't, then it's not very good for painting, because you have to have everything really crisp. And if your lines are vague, then the painting is going to be vague, and that's the problem. So here I have this, and then here I think I'm just gonna leave a slight indication here that it's not, but it's just gonna pretty much flow right into the ear. It's this face mask part. And I think this kind of curve is really good. And keep it pointy here. Just keep it menacing. Don't round it up. It's interesting that when you have things that are pointy, people tend to interpret them as dangerous. Like that's the whole reason why demons have horns, pretty much. I thought of it, but I don't think it's gonna fit well. Like, I could put it on the nose like this, but I think it looks cuter without. That's all there is to it. I don't know, let's just ask the guy. Hey guy, what do you think? He's watching, right? Hold on. No. Oh, there he is. Nose or no nose? Maybe like 2 lines, kinda like this. I don't know. I still like the simplicity of just having, the front just being really rounded, because it lines up well with the whole Eve. Yeah. So basically he said, yep, no nose. And he thought of having lines, but it didn't work out. Yeah. I think it's better without, just because it looks cleaner, like it looks very artificial, which I think is good for in this case. Having things look artificial is not good usually, unless they are artificial, then you're in. Then it's game. Okay, here. Okay, so here we have this thing as if a little compressed and this side stretched out. And final one. It's just gonna go here. I think instead of like having this depression, I'm just gonna leave this open, like as if it fits over this area that's gonna be white here, because this part's gonna be black. The motif I'm going with this is like black is everything that's inside and white is everything that's on the outside. Hey Douglas. You are Douglas, I think. So here I'm gonna make sure this feels right. Like, I'm gonna give a little bump here and then go down. How's my... Oh, he's dude. I'm not his dude. Let's go. Just some wolf thingy. See, there's a problem with this line. It feels a little like it's just delineating your breast, and that's a problem. I think I'm just gonna make it straighter. Yeah, some are things I drew myself, other are things that people sent me, just like as guides to. Huh. Yeah, I don't think I have donations enabled right now. Like I really can't. It's something that it only unlocks when you have. What's it called? When you have I think 25k subs or something like that. Though I have a coffee. If you want, we can send you a link. Well, okay. That's strange. Yeah, that's despite all the thickening, that wolf lady is still pizza. See those? That was confusing. What's super chat? I actually don't know a whole lot about YouTube streaming. I was just like, yeah, let's do this. Let's just try it. I don't think I've watched many streams on YouTube, so I'm a little out of the loop. So here I'm just gonna follow the same kind of line there is on the other side. So let's just gonna do this and go in here, go under, and comes out of the other side as a bevel. And keep this open. I still think like some sort of thing here, like almost keeping the ball inside. This is the quest to get the wolfbot 9k as soul as wide as the other woofer. Quite possibly, my friend. No, I think the commission is satisfied with this. I see. That's pretty cool. I didn't know. Well, maybe I'll get there eventually. I actually have a lot of subscribers. Like, it really surprised me that I was looking at my YouTube the other day, and every now and then just comes up subscriber notification. I'm like, why do I have 600 of them? I haven't made a video in 2 years. But I like it. Fine. Commissioner doesn't want diamond here. I don't know, it just feels like the ball is gonna fall off. Okay. So here we leave this area open, very much like you see the inside of it. Here you only see the outside. Yep. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of coming back to the whole head angles video, because while the videos weren't bad per se, I feel I could do much better now. Like, I've literally been drawing non-stop for like 2 years. Everyone just seems to have watched the head angles video. It's by far my most watched one. But like, the way I draw is pretty much, you can see, like, even on this just simplified line art, everything I do is pretty much based on what's it called? Geometric shapes. Like, I try to make everything three-dimensional, at least in my mind, and then I translate that to the paper. Well, in this case to the screen, but you get the idea. What this does pretty much is just, it lets me, it makes things make sense in 3D, and that helps me shade a lot, because otherwise the shading is just confusing, because you don't know which sides are facing where, and therefore you don't know how to apply the light. And it's good to know that, and it's a very useful skill to practice. Let's go here. That's right. Yeah, I think it is. So from here, it just goes up. And I'm gonna leave that behind, I think. Or maybe over, I'm not sure. Maybe over. Yeah, I think over. because it's coming towards the camera. Is it? No, it isn't. Yeah, it should be behind. And this part here is wrong then. See, this is why it's important to think of things in 3 dimensions, because then you can make sense out of them in space. Okay, so from here, then we have this contraption, which is the size is very small, and then it comes here, and then turns really big on the other side, which is not going to show much here. So right now I'm seeing everything sort of like this thing is in this perspective, and this thing is in this perspective. So I have to draw them accordingly, because even though they're kind of strange shapes, they can be simplified to those two. And if you can think of them in that way, then it's not that much of a gap to jump to this one. Here we have this thing, sort of big mechanical contraption that just keeps the stuff together. That's very big. Let's see. So from here I need to change the angle to go really far away from the camera. So how am I gonna do this? Yeah, this part here actually comes up now, and I'm gonna give it some thickness, like this. Thick. And then this just goes off in space. Here. And then, let's see, the front comes up. Makes sense. I was thinking of having some sort of different thing. Maybe it's a bad idea. I think it's fine if you just do this and this. And here it's rounded off a little. The fingers just fit in nicely here, here, and here. Okay, see, about 1 minute. Still time. Get this part done. Very sharp. That's the point. Get it, point. So the middle should align with this finger. Does that make sense? And here, once you get past a certain part, it should go black as if it's open, so like the fingers can connect to the body. Okay, should be good enough. Here, I can see like this part should be bigger on the back side. Just feels a little stranger. It's a little strange with that one. reason I'm not painting this is because it's easier to paint later when I'm adding color. Here, same thing, add the shield. It's pointy on the bottom, then goes like this, and here on the top rounds off. Right. Oh yes. Yeah. I'm not the only one who said that she needed a bigger backside, okay? Let's not... Come on. Then from here, two sides. Yep. Robooty. Okay. So that's 25 minutes. We finally have the machinery. Yep. Yeah, let's just stop screaming at me. Okay. So, that's the first break of the second half. I think I'm just gonna sit here and stretch a little. So what do you think of the drawing so far? Well defined. Yeah, that's like the point. She's supposed to be some sort of killer, cute robot. It's like she's deadly, but she's also cute, and she's also thick. It's a strange combination, but I think it's working somehow. Right, I think we're good. Like, she's supposed to have big claws and stuff, and cute murder machine. Yeah, I think that sums it up really well. Yeah, so let's get started going. This break. So I usually work by doing standard RE issues with knife waifu. Yeah. I usually work by doing 2 sets of 4 25 minutes work things. It's a good way to do it. And I do some as well on the background, which is like just practice. So I usually do 12 25 minutes sessions of drawing, but I usually end up doing 10. Like I aim for 12, but it's very rare. It's difficult because it pretty much takes the whole day if I want to do that, because there is just so much stuff you have to do as well, not only draw. It's a bit of both actually. Like I take breaks mainly to get my mind off the drawing, because sometimes you just get too tunnel visioned on it and you stop seeing the big picture. So that is true. But I also take breaks because I'm carpal tunnel and I don't want to die. And it's just like a way to reset my attention span in a way. So I step back, stretch a little, and try not to think too much about the drawing, and then come back fresh and keep working on it. But, like if I work 4 hours straight, I pretty much feel awful. But if I do like 2 sets of 25 minutes, like 2 sets of 4 sessions of 25 minutes, which is like pretty much 4 hours, I feel really fine. So it's just a way to not get burned out easily. I think it's very helpful. It's called the Pomodoro technique, I think. I just follow that. I used to do some variations, but then I realized, hey, the standard stuff actually works well. So that's what I've been doing. So I'm thinking maybe I would do only 2 joints instead of 3, and have like the front parts just angle forwards, sort of like knife-like. Does that make sense? Like instead of having this, and then this bit that's sharp, something like this, and then a big bit that's sharp. Like, a gripper or a reaper? Yeah, that's the question. I think either way the thumb is gonna be the same. So I'm gonna give it a bit of section here. And well, since I'm going with the theme of balls, might as well add some balls here. Not in that sense. It might not, yeah. Let's see. Here it only has 2. And here it has 3. I'm not very good at sketching. That's what I was thinking. Like, I draw a lot of characters with only 2 joints, usually, because it looks cute, like, most of the time, but here we just have, like, knife hand, so I don't know. Just add like this big sharp point to the thumb. Ball bearings. Ball bearings look cool, okay? Okay, let's just get this hand in, because I'm a little confused what's going on here. Huh. Plasma cools. Yeah, no matter how advanced we get, no matter how far in the future we go, it will still look cool. Commissioner is asking if I think like this nail thing should be like some sort of plasma thingy. I don't know, but it could be cool. Like if we do something like this, but it's like thing and then it goes, but cooler. So it's like when you want it, it kills. When it doesn't, it holds. It's the perfect. And yeah, makes sense. Blowtorch fingers, pretty much. Except it's even worse. It's like sci-fi blowtorch. I know, MG. It was a joke. Don't worry. It's not gonna look like fire. Do it. Yeah, it could be, but the person wants to be fancy. Like, while I'm drawing here, I'm just talking to the commissioner as well. And he's too shy to get in the YouTube chat, basically. So I'm sort of proxying his messages along. Anyways, I think I like the idea of having just sort of retractable killer machines instead of always on. Because everyone wants to not queue every now and then, right? So that's the last finger. Every now and then I like to flip the canvas just to take another look at the thing. It's a habit of mine, I tend to do it a lot, and it probably confuses you. Shy boy. So second finger should probably be doing something like this. Here. And then here. Seemed like a really cool idea to have like the balls here, but it doesn't look so nice when you actually fold it. We need to make a meme. Meme on, my friends. Maybe this should have like a different shape. Maybe the bottom part of it just like curves inwards, so it covers a little bit of the ball, so it doesn't look as exposed. And this one is just gonna be pretty much closed. Let's see, something like that. I don't know, I feel I'm gonna have to change the way the fingers are looking. They're just too noisy. It's like it's too much detail on something that's really small, and the rest of the character is like really sort of light on details. And then what happens is like the fingers just draw a lot of attention because they have a ton of detail. Maybe, I don't know, this doesn't look good either. Maybe those fingers are just too big. Let me just roll back, I'll think on it. I think the problem might be that the fingers are out of proportion. Instead, looks painful. What does the fingers? I mean, they're freaking blowtorches, right? The working parameters. Let's see what's this. Yeah, that's accurate. That's a good one. It really is. How do I like the look of this hand? Not a lot. I think we're just scrapping this and trying again. Sometimes you have to. I like the thumb, that's about it. So let's keep the thumb in there. So what went wrong is that like I segmented. So my stream just died for a second. That happens. No, it's back, don't worry. I just realized I have like 50 tabs open or something. I have to like manually accept links. I think that's fair. People don't post garbage. Okay, so the hand is a lot like the whole palm area is a lot smaller, and I think I see it. Let's just plan out with sausage fingers. Sausage fingers are useful for this. So one finger is gonna be here. The second finger is gonna be doing this thing, right? That's the plan. And the third finger is gonna be down here. But does that even look good? I think this finger doesn't make sense. Now let's rewind time. She's looking at her hands because if I remember right, it's supposed to be like I don't remember what it was like. It was something about blood, I think. But I don't think it's gonna work out here. Not so well, anyways. Maybe I should just spread out the hands. I think that makes more sense to me. So instead of her looking directly at the hand, it turns into sort of a combat position. What do you think, Mr. Commissioner? I don't know how much delay there is. Like, I think it makes a lot more sense for it to be like this. Like, coming forwards, not so much that way. She has her hands, paw thing ready. Oh, this is the front. Never trust someone with blow torches. In all seriousness, it's probably just gonna be like blowy hand blaster position. It's just gonna be like blowy nails, kinda like making energy and stuff. It's not gonna be very like distracting. But with this kind of position, I think the canvas needs to change. Because now she's pointing towards something off camera, and I feel I need to give it some space. Like it feels too crowded here. But I can fix that later. I just need to remember it. Just like the hardest part. But okay, it's okay. I have you guys. Hopefully. His finger's too skinny. Needs to be a thick boy. It's like the theme of this robot. Everything's thick. Because if everything is thick, then nothing is thick, right? That's how it works. So it's probably just gonna be like this. Oh, that was weird. It's like this thing, very sharp thing that's really bright. And it just makes a cool effect with some color that I have not seen inside yet. Thick ties save lives. my friend. They do. Cool, man. These memes. Okay. Hello there. So what's going on here? I feel this has gotten a little too sketchy. Don't need to redraw it. It's starting to get a little blurry, and it doesn't have like the details I need, and it's like the first version of something. So what I'm gonna do is like get rid of this hand and pretend it never existed. Spoof, gone. And then this hand here goes on and replaces the sketch. And now we pretend that we planned that all along. We're doing an animation. What are you talking about? No, I'm not animating this. It's just like an illustration. I'm still starting it. I'm doing the final line so I can paint better. Alright, see you, man. Thanks for watching. I think it's fine for it just to be like a thin line instead of being like this cut like it was before. Hey there, Daisy. Let's go. Thanks. I think that looks okay. Let's move down here now. Here. I made a mistake. There. Come on, stop dragging tanks. Why am I in the wrong layer? I swear Photoshop just tries to ruin my drawings every now and then. It's got like a mind of its own. It's evil. I draw things, all of the things. Most of the things actually. Starting to lag a little and I don't know why. It's bothering me. is pretty. You can't make medium large thick. Yeah, the thick is too much for my computer. That's the problem. It depends. Only stick and small stick. I like stick, okay? Like huge. But sometimes the world just demands some thick. And you gotta give it to the world. It's your job as a man who can draw some thick to draw the thick when the world needs it. You know, it's like I'm doing a favor to the world right here. No seriousness, no. I don't think it's particularly more difficult to draw on a computer or Mac, though drawing in general is difficult. So there is your problem, I think. It's not so much as it is difficult as it is something that takes a lot of practice, and not everyone has the time or the commitment to keep going with it. But the drawing itself is not particularly difficult now. These fingers and these fingers do not match. Let's write this down so I don't forget, but I'm on a small break. You just reset this thing. So that's break number 2. I think I'm gonna go get up, get some water, relax a little, and I'll be back in like 5 minutes. So I'll see you. Okay. Hey. Alright, let's get going. Make some noise with this chair. Let's get in the mood. Oh yeah, I need to fix those feet. Does not look right. Thanks for the reminder, past self. And okay. Put down here. So the structure for the feet seems to be something like this. This part is like right here. Then we have like this big toe, but not very. And then just does this here, then just goes over to the sides. In here. See. Sort of ends like that. Like I think, is this a furry? No, you see, it's a robot. It's totally unrelated whatsoever. No, but in all seriousness, yes, I usually do draw furry artwork. Why? Okay, and then this middle, add the second layer, TD behind. Do you play Fortnite? No, sorry. I tend to just play single player games for the most part. I used to be very big on Dota 2, but I stopped now. You can't watch. So this is a little wrong here. See, in the sketch I drew the arm facing that way, and then I drew the forearm facing this way. And even though it's possible for a robot, I don't. Whoa, guy's gone. It's like the secret chant, you say it and the thought just disappears. No, it's fine. That didn't seem like a very serious person. If I am to be very honest. So this should be way wider. I need to make this stick. And then the hand, fork knife. Wow, that gets filtered. Take a look at the other hands and make corrections. So basically what I did was like I segmented the hands in little cylindrical bits and gave them almost no cap. Just make this prettier. And so I should do here the same. This is 1, this is 2, and that is 3. Are you okay, man? There we go. Hey Senses, welcome back. I'm almost done with this, like this line art thing. Yeah, it's been, I don't know, I didn't count, but it's not been long. Okay, so what I want to do here is kind of round this up, so maybe I should remove that one. Like make it a little rounder. That would look nicer. all the spars here, it's just gonna be one big strap. Kinda. Yes, it did. I didn't think hide this user was banning, but yes. Come on, like, I don't mind people doing memes and stuff, but that guy was just like a 12-year-old. Don't need that kind of people. Like, very much. Please, you ban me. Hey. Yeah, it's pretty much done with this line part, so I'm gonna be moving to probably doing some vectors in this, which will be fairly quick, and then moving on to painting. But I don't think I'll be finishing this day. It's getting late and I'm tired, so I'll just work like about another hour and then I'll be gone. But I should be back tomorrow, so that's okay. Yeah, I think so. Naughty language. YouTube does not like. I have to click OK. This is fine. Yeah, it auto moderates and like goes, hey, are you sure you want to see this? Thinking of like, guess each one of these is just gonna be like some sort of computer plug. It's the best part I've ever seen. Bars? That guy? HDMI. No, this one's an USB, okay? And this one's like one of those old TV cables, I think. Like the ones that have like this needle inside. But this one's an HDMI, you're right. She can talk to any machine, just plugging the hair. Is it a charger for your phone? I'm pretty sure she can charge your phone. It is in the job description. Just a thick battery. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't know, man. Blowtorch hands. We can just keep it at that. I think it's perfectly fine. Maybe something back here could be interesting. Like, but then it's more of like a. I think it's fine just having the claws on the ground. Maybe the feet could do the same thing. It's like rounded off and then just like does the blowtorch plasma thing. It does have a tail, yes. I forgot about the tail, but it does exist. It's in one of these sketches there. It's just gonna be here. Yeah, I think fluff would look strange on her. So we set out for something like this. Maybe have like this here, sort of a joint to indicate where the thing bends. Yeah, I think you like that. Huh. Let's just poke the commissioner. And this stays. Uh-oh. What's that? Okay, let's find this in the background. Yeah. So Commissioner says it's a little too stiff, but he likes the stiffness, so make it a little less. This is good. Just gonna change the angle a little, so it's more rounded all around instead of like just on that bars. Not even Elon Musk's supercomputer can run PUBG on high. Let's be reasonable. Maybe if it does like more like this at the end instead of curling down, I think that looks a lot better. So here it spreads out a little. Wow. Maybe here too. Here. Go down and then out. I think it's fine. This part's to be stiff. This part's way too. Give it some swoosh, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And of course, tip has to be pointy. There. What's that? Sorry for that. That's fine, Dejo. It's like, I didn't touch YouTube for like 2 years or so, and this is the first time I'm streaming, so I'm actually happy there are 6 people here. I'm surprised, because I didn't really plan this at all. I was just like, huh, guess I'm gonna stream on YouTube today, and that's what I'm doing. Rip. You are literally dead right now. Let me invite some guys here. Hey. So I think the line art's fine, and it's for the most part done, this part. So I'm gonna do some vector lining to get a really crisp outline, because it's really important for metal looking things. Yeah, no, it's done. He's gonna bleed out. It's just no other way. No way to save him. Yeah, let's get this thing to stop beeping at us. So 35. I'll be back at 1:40 on the stream. I think I'll be doing the last one on this part for tonight, because I've been working for a while now. You tell him. Okay, I'm gonna get up, walk a little bit, and I'll be back in. That was the wrong button. Close the stream for a second. Okay. Discord server, eh? I used to have one, though it kind of became a hassle. Like, I I started making it for the videos, but then I got into a phase where I really had no time to deal with most of the stuff. And with the Discord server, I just had to like keep helping people and stuff. And not that I hate that, but that started to get drag on me because I already had so much stuff to do. And that's pretty much how when I kind of dropped the channel for a while. And then I always said I was gonna pick it back up, but I never did. And now here we are, like 2 years later, when almost every match I was like, I should make a YouTube video, but I never really would. So I just found a compromise, like something that doesn't get in the way of my drawings and things like that, but also lets me do some content for you guys, because I really like the idea of YouTube, and I love teaching, so it just spurs up well, I think. I might open a Discord channel at some point again, but I'm not sure. I guess I'll wait for when there is more people around and stuff. Like if there is a big need for community plays, I'll make one. It's just that like I don't want to be the one to just have to make the place work. Like I have to pull in all the work. Can't do that. And it's not like I want a place like that for myself. It's more I would totally do it for you guys if you needed it. That makes sense. So got in the final art, and now I'm just gonna prep it up for when I start painting, and I'll be painting tomorrow. So with that in mind, let's get on. The first thing I noticed is I want to make this canvas bigger. Like this doesn't feel right now. So what I'm gonna do is let's just pick this color, fill here. Just gonna stretch this a little bit. Yeah, it feels right, but the rubbish needs to be a little bit smaller. I think this is good positioning. Maybe a little bit to here. Yeah, I like that. So now that I pretty much did all the work on this, I'm just gonna move this stuff back to the side. I'll keep those references there. I'm kind of experimenting with this because I usually keep the references on my second monitor, but that means you don't get to see them, and I often forget to look at them when they are on the other monitor, so maybe it's better to just have them on canvas. But at some point they stop being useful, I think. Let's see. Yeah, because I pretty much have all the information I really want out of this. Because there is no like big reference I want to use from this, so I think I'm fine with just like actually I'll save the sketches. Let's just save this as a preliminary. Say there. Nobody saw the title. There we go. So now I can crop this safely. I must. yeah, like I'm totally cool with helping people out, but I don't really want to be doing the work for them. You know, it's like there is a difference between helping someone and pretty much fixing their stuff and doing the research and everything for them. You know, it's not even their fault exactly. Like, but I just didn't really have time to like spend on that. Though I really wish I could. It wasn't exactly bad, so I'm just gonna drop the pen right now. Get my mouse over here, pull it over. So I'll be doing some pen work. This is something recent. I didn't used to do this before, but I find this really helpful. And this is basically just creating an outline for the character with the pen work. Yeah, it's like a lot of times what I would say would boil down to that. Yeah, that's cool. Keep going. But the problem is a lot of times people come to you and they expect you to give them a magic formula or something that's just gonna like snap, make their arts better in just like they were missing a crucial part. Well, it's true that you really do need your what's it called, like you really do need some theory behind your things. It's most of the problems you're gonna have as a beginner are very easy to. What the heck is going on here? For some reason that area was not acting up well with the mouse, and I don't know why. It's like most of the problems you have. Whenever I click there, it doesn't work, but everywhere else is fine. See? I'm so confused. Photoshop, man. It hates me. See? Is it because it's flipped? I think it's because it's flipped. Let's unflip this thing. Yep. I have no words. But anyways, as I was saying, it's like pretty much all the problems you're gonna have as a beginner are solved basically by practicing more. And then people practice some and come to you and say, hey, why isn't this working? Why am I not good yet? You said that if I keep practicing, I would get better, but I don't feel better. Yes, it is. It's not gonna have full-blown painting, like with backgrounds and everything, but it's gonna have a good level of painting. It's just it's like I'm not gonna fix the problems for you. I'm just gonna point you the right way. So basically this is like the most boring part of the process. What I'm doing here is I'm creating a line art but also a selection for the entire character. And this lets me create a really crisp outline for it, which will help me a lot. This? What do you mean, your fun thing to do? It's very vague. Oh, yes and no. I do love doing art for fun, but usually for fun what I do is, let me just go back on this is a bad idea. For fun I usually just play games. I think I tend to use games as sort of a source for inspiration to when I want to draw. But gaming is just something I do a lot and I enjoy it. It's kind of the thing I do to just break the mold, because I work with art and that makes art sometimes very stressful and I need something to break away from it. It's like, I think there is definitely some stigma behind, like, hey, you draw for the artwork, you degenerate, you this or that. But in the end, I think it's really, it boils down to this. You really care about what random people say about you? To me, that used to be a big thing. Like, oh my god, people are gonna find out I draw all these things, and what if they think something unfavorable of me or something like that? But in the end, it's more of, dude, if you show your passion for something, regardless of what it is, some people will hate you for it, but most people will commend you on it, regardless of what that thing might be. It's just, it's like nobody really cares about your life as much as you do. As strange as that sounds, it's like people aren't gonna just like go around looking for ways to harass you, or like looking for reasons to come and pick on you. It's not how life works. People not caring is a beautiful thing, because that means you can do whatever you think you want. Like here in Brazil, because I'm Brazilian, you probably know that because I kind of have a thick accent. I'll get to that in a second. It's like, most people consider doing art like, there is no way you can ever get something out of this, and there's no way you can do anything good, but it's just like a time waster, and you should grow up and do real things. And you know, I'm not doing bad. But it really is about passion. Like, do what you like, and you find yourself, like, you have to do what you like, and you have to find a way to live with that and like get a good life out of it. It's a balance, really. But on the topic of my favorite game, that's a difficult question. Like, I have a lot of favorite games. It's very difficult to just decide and pick one. But one of the games I really like is Antichamber. That's very strange. that's the most accurate way I can describe that. Yeah, once you, like, I used to hide my artwork from people, and and like family and stuff. But lately, even to some of my RL friends, I show them a lot of my drawings and stuff, and a lot of times they joke about, oh, you, oh, look, the furry's back, and we joke about it, but at the same time they appreciate what I do, and they think I should keep going. So it's like, it's on your head. Yeah, if people criticize you, you have to consider two things. Is it fair criticism? And is he the person I am aiming to convince with this? Is he the person that matters for this thing I'm doing? And if the answer is no, then that's fine. You're not gonna get everybody to agree with you, that's ridiculous. What you can't do is, like, because of a handful of people that don't approve of what you do, you stop doing it. Then that's when you just give up. You let your life go into mediocre, I guess. Yeah, some people do that, but those are not the people you want to be around. It's kind of simple like that. Like, they're not worth the effort. That's all. You don't have to, like, convince them you're right. You don't owe anything to them, so you might as well not care. Like, just find people who are also into what you do. People who either care about you or care about what you do, and those are the people who really matter. Man, this went deep. How did I get in this conversation? But I really like this topic because it's something about dreams, I guess. Yeah. Like, I have this little group of 6 or 7 people that we gather every 2 weeks to play RPG, and it's usually the strangest people you find tend to be the most understanding, and that's like my group where I just trust those people a lot. Yes, it's fine. Like, mine do too. But I roast them for other things too, so it's fair. It's like all fun and games until the furry guy just gets more money than you, and you're like, whoa, I should be a furry. It's a good community, all things considered, I think. Furries just have this strange culture around the artwork that I find great. And like, there are a few places in the internet where people are so willing to support artists for what they do. And this is one of them. Going around the thick robots, 1 point at a time. This part of the process is usually the time where I just put on some audiobook or some music, and I just zone out as I do this, because it's very low intensity. It's just simple, but it's also important work. It's often like that, isn't it? The things that are most simple or the most boring are often really important as well. I mean, what I meant is, like, honest work. You'd be surprised. Like, I think the people overall are very understanding. What do you like to draw for videos? I don't know, I don't do videos that often. I tend to just... most of the time what I draw for videos are just commissions I get from people. Wow. You have a stash, my friend. I think I have like around 40 gigabytes of PSD files. It's just like on all my artwork. I don't really save images. I mean I should. It's very useful because I never find the images I want when I look for them, but I don't know. It's never been my thing to just like hoard things. I just drew a lot. I think if you want to learn how to draw from the start, the best places I would recommend you go is Drawbox and Control Paint. Control Paint is for digital painting and Drawbox is for painting, drawing in general. And I recommend strongly Drawbox before Control Paint. It's very boring, it's a lot of exercises, it's a ton of work, but you do learn a lot from there. And to me, it's like my best recommendation. I think the guy who made the website has done great things there. It's very solid. I think I should actually make this straight. Send curvy, and break, factor points. And then straight, straight, and straight. So if you're looking to learn to draw better, I would recommend these places. It's usually a matter of perception. You remember the times you did a good drawing, but you don't remember the times you did a bad one. And so you usually think, it's very often that people go on about how they did something better in the past simply because they don't remember the times they did something worse, because those aren't as memorable. If you are getting a tablet, I would recommend one of the Wacom starter ones. Like, I think it's called Intuos, not the Pro series. They are fairly affordable and they are great tablets. I think I drew with one for like 4 years or so, and they can do very good artwork overall. I remember I just switch tablets because I felt I needed a bigger one, but not necessarily because I felt mine was bad. And so that's usually a very good indication that you got a good product in your hands. The reason you would get the Pro versions, no, I think she's all occupied. The PC being her. But like, if you look on Amazon, I think you find some for about $80 or so, maybe even less. Like the medium-sized ones, I think, are a little bit more expensive, and that really depends on what's your budget. But if you're serious about drawing, or even if you like drawing as a hobby, I recommend one of those tablets. They're very good. Time's up. And I am just about done. Look at that. Just like 3 more points. So I worked a lot in this path. Let's call this outline. There's still a little bit to do. I'm gonna reset this timer and just finish this. Turn this into combine. I don't understand your question. So, outline. Yeah, that's good. Just switch modes in this one. So, now the reason I did that is now I can do something like this. So, okay. Later on, I might just make an outline of this. Let's just go. this to take. That's what I deleted. Back. Is that to the side? I'll just raise a little bit before I go. Pretty much done for today. I think I did enough. So, duplicate this there, find this. The lyric? You caught the stream pretty much at the end. I'm just cleaning up and I should probably be going soon. I can show you the artwork so far though. Here's how it looks. I'm just cleaning up the edges after making a better outline. Do you mean like the art or just the stream in general? No, the robot. Yeah, it's turning out pretty good, isn't it? So tomorrow I will be painting this. I will try to start at 1 PM my time. Let me check when that is in GMT so I can tell you guys. GMT. So around 4 p.m. GMT. Thanks, man. I'm glad you appreciate it. This was really fun for me as well. I should probably be doing this again next time. And hey, we just hit like 9 watchers. That's a record. Let's keep going. So 4 p.m. GMT will be this stream. I'll just write this down here so you guys can see. I can't say I'll do that exactly at that time, but somewhere around that I should be up. I'm not exactly very good with times. Lovely. So I'll be painting this robot girl and then probably working on something else, maybe doing sketches or whatever. I have another work lined up to start soon, so I'll be doing that as well. No, it's fine. So that's it for today. Thank you. Hope you have a good one.